So date today is 27th of March. So myself and my friendly neighbour Darryl, we have hired a car trailer, and I've come to try to pick up a present for Tina for Christmas. A little bit of forward planning. So this is the fan blades of a windmill, and there is the stand. So it's a 10 metre high windmill with a 3 metre wide fan, so hopefully we can get this running.
That's easier. Oh, start the bend up there.
Yeah. Oh, did I not give you enough room? Oh yeah, got it. You good?
Yep, that's us.
So we're trying to manoeuvre the 3 metre fan between this lovely piece of machinery that's just balancing and this lovely piece of machinery that's just balancing here as well. So we've got to try to get it up onto this plywood and drag it up onto the trailer. And then once that's done, we can start pulling apart the stand. We'll get there. One windmill on a trailer. Got the tail fin under there. Southern Cross windmill. So that's the top part of it all done, and then this is the frame or the stand for it. So that's the top where the mill part sits up. There's Darryl way down there and doing some the ladder. So we finally got the 10 metre base and the ladders and everything and all the wire bracing into the little trailer, and we're about to head off. So big day. It's only taken us about 3 hours to do it, so not too bad. We're all strapped down, ready to go.
So, in the heart of March, beneath the Southern Cross, a secret unfolded. A tale of love and labour began to weave its intricate threads. It all began with Paul and his steadfast companion, Darryl, by his side. They embarked on an amazing journey with this towering Southern Cross windmill, a giant waiting patiently to find its place on our off-grid property, Chimney Creek Farm. Paul and Darryl, with the hire car trailer and another trailer in tow, approached the aged windmill in the embrace of a forgotten landscape. They carefully coaxed it onto the trailer, and they started dismantling this weathered frame piece by piece. The hands of time seemed to slow as the windmill surrendered its secrets, ready to be transported to its new home. They had to mark every nook and cranny to make sure that they would be able to put it all back together again.
needed one too, didn't you?
Yes.
Were you saying hello?
Sorry.
Were you dancing? Okay.
So a Southern Cross windmill is like any traditional windmill. It can be used to harness wind energy or to be used as a pump for water. This is the tower which provides the height necessary to capture the wind at a higher velocity. It's made of steel and it supports the entire structure. And technically it's not actually a windmill, it's a wind pump, because the old windmills used to actually mill grain, but these ones obviously don't do that. There's also a ladder that goes all the way up the tower.
Okay.
Southern Cross windmills are self-sufficient and operate using renewable energy, which is reliable, clean and non-polluting. They're quiet and they are like an alternative to running power lines. They require little attention and they usually are quite reliable and can last for 30 to 40 years. They only require a light breeze for operation, day or night, and in all weather conditions. Southern Cross windmills have been providing pumping mills to farmers across Australia for 100 years. Southern Cross windmills are made from hot-dip galvanised steel and are designed to pump from deep bores over long distances in the tough conditions of the Australian outback. Galvanisation enhances durability and provides resistance against corrosion, ensuring longevity even in harsh environments. Some of the Southern Cross windmills have been known to last for even up to a century.
Take it away. Far away.
While most windmills in Europe were used for milling grain, in some areas of Britain and in the Netherlands, windmills were actually used to pump water out of areas that were liable to flooding, so that towns and crops remained stable. As the European migrants began to settle in the United States, South Africa and Australia, they found water to be more scarce in many of these areas than back home in Europe, and they turned to windmills as their primary water harvesting technique. So the head assembly is mounted on top of the tower and contains crucial components like the gearbox, shaft and brake assembly. It allows the windmill to rotate freely and to face into the wind. The blades are also known as fans, and they're the most visible part of the windmill. They capture the kinetic energy of the wind and convert it into rotational energy. Southern Cross windmills typically have multiple blades arranged in a circular pattern. In 1854, American engineer and inventor Daniel Halliday built the self-regulating farm wind pump with a design that most resembles the windmills that we know today, which helped countless rural families in water scarcity and also improved the design of the steam train. And then in 1876, the Griffith brothers constructed 4 windmills adapted from Halliday's design, all of which were constructed from wood out of the Toowoomba foundry. These Griffith mills would go on to become the Southern Cross brand. So from 1890 to 1900, parts of the windmill were slowly changed to an all-steel construction. The Australian rural landscape is now littered with these icons of human ingenuity and adaptability that dates back almost 15 centuries, and the technology still serves a purpose today. So in Australia and America, typically the windmills or the wind pumps are used to pump water from deep underground in aquifers or bores. So the windmill uses the blades to turn a rotor which drives a pump that draws water from underground sources or dams, which is then stored in water tanks or troughs for stock water or irrigation. So we already have a well on Chimney Creek Farm, and we have an old antique water pump that's already there, and we know that it works and that there's water in the well because we've tested it out. You can watch that in one of our other videos, but yeah, we were hoping to be able to hook this windmill up to the well eventually. We do also have a wind turbine on Chimney Creek Farm, but it's only very small and it doesn't produce much power at all. Windmills are sometimes used to aerate ponds, lakes and other bodies of water, pumping air into stagnant bodies of water, which increases the oxygen levels and reduces algae growth. This helps to promote healthy aquatic ecosystems, and it's particularly important in areas with high levels of pollution and nutrient runoff. And thanks to the iconic and sentimental nature of windmills, many of them are used just for decorative use with no pumping whatsoever. Paul and Darryl, like modern day artisans of the wind, embarked on a delicate dance with the towering structure. One by one, they dismantled the blades, each a graceful surrender to the hands that cradled them. The gearbox, a symphony of interlocking gears, revealed its inner workings as they carefully unthreaded its secrets. And the tower, once the steadfast sentinel against the sky, yielded to their gentle persuasion, its steel limbs folding into a quiet embrace. The head assembly, with its tails of countless winds, spun free from its lofty perch, revealing the heart that powered this majestic creation. Blades, fans of the Southern Cross, were disassembled with a reverence reserved for sacred artefacts, each piece a testament to the wind's caress and the hands that guided it. The tail vane, once a navigator of unseen currents, joined the delicate dance of disassembly, a partner in the windmill's silent waltz. As the windmill's form dissolved into pieces, the generator shed on Chimney Creek Farm became the sanctuary for these scattered remnants. In the shadows they waited patiently, the scrap metal exterior concealing the promise of Christmas magic. Months passed, and the pieces, once intertwined in the dance of wind and sky, lay dormant until the sun dawned on that magical Christmas day, when the secrets of the Southern Cross windmill were unveiled, a symphony of love, dedication, and the timeless beauty of a bygone era. And countless hours were spent, obscured by the veil of secrecy, as the Southern Cross windmill, now in pieces, was ready to be transported down to Chimney Creek Farm. So the gearbox is a set of gears that connects the rotating blades to the drive shaft. It adjusts the speed of the blade's rotation to a more manageable speed for the machinery it powers. And the drive shaft is a rod that transmits the rotational energy from the windmill's head assembly down to the ground level. This energy can then be used to power various machines or pumps.
Yeah, so that's the remnants of the fire that passed through. So it got within 3 meters, and yeah, it was hot enough to melt that. So yeah, that was interesting. But I wanted to show you this. So, and behind the a generator that Tina doesn't come and look at, these black wrapped plastic pieces, not those poles in front, but all those. They're actually the blades of the windmill. And here looks like, you know, bits of junk metal. And but as you can see, there's all bits. That's the vane of the windmill, an old Southern Cross. The ladder's there, a couple of the supports for the mill itself, and there's yeah, some long bits of heavy metal that will make up the frame of the windmill. So they have all arrived down on the farm, and so we're hoping that, as you can see over there, is the water tank. I'm hoping the windmill will just go to the right of it, just between those two trees, sort of stand up right next to the windmill. And then we're going to use either the windmill or a pump that the windmill will drive to pump our well. That's the plan anyway. So this will be Tina's Christmas present, so she doesn't know about this yet. So keep quiet.
Months passed, and as the seasons turned, the windmill's secret remained shrouded in mystery until Christmas Day, when the sun-kissed landscapes and the winds whispered tales of anticipation. And on Christmas Day, Paul unveiled his labour of love, transforming the once scattered pieces into a majestic 30-foot symbol of enduring devotion. I've been painting the blades, and we're just about to get a man in to cement the feet into the ground on the weekend, so we'll show you that soon. Thanks for watching.